Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing BTC, Altcoins, Solana, Ethereum. Yesterday, Jerome Powell and the Fed, they went and cut 25 basis points. But what does it mean? Are we going to go now to a new all-time high? Are we going to enter the parabolic rally of this cycle? Or there is one more fuckery, one more dump incoming to scare people out, and then they're gonna send it. Into this video, I'm gonna show you what I think, what could be happening. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We post a video every single day, and this video is brought to you by our partner Bluefin, guys, the best non-KYC exchange. I utilize it for all of my trades. We are now running an amazing promotion, guys, up to $10,000 in futures bonus to utilize the way you want. You got different brackets, and also, guys, we have our other partner, BitUnix, very good exchange, guys, non-KYC. Also, we are running a very good promotion, up to 20% deposit, up to $400. Hurry up, guys. We only got 5 offers coming from here, and only we got 3 offers from Bluefin. So there is a link in the description to get as soon as you can, because they're going to be and getting filled fast. So BTC, very confusing price action. We saw yesterday that basically we went and we dropped. So the expectation that I was also talking about, guys, in my VIP group, in my Discord group, was that we were going to basically to go down, to have a sell-off. Some of my members, and so do I, went short. You can see all of my members, for example, Walter White, 24% yesterday, Warthog as well, 21%. Of course, you know, the results talk for themselves. Also yesterday, guys, I had a very good call from INA. INA, I went there in between 0.6667 and, I mean, check the price of INA today, guys. The results talk for themselves. So, as always, if you want to have a high quality, really sniper entry, like you can see from here, guys, all those are all the results for my members. You want to be in a community of professional traders, there is a link in the description for to join my VIP group, guys. This one is the Crypto Hub. If you're looking for the quick copy trade signals that basically never work 80% of the time, please do so. Go and copy a trading bot, more than happy to do so. But if you really want high quality research, crypto updates every single day of BTC, altcoins, like, you know, like this pretty much, you know, with all the probably, you know, the best areas of support and resistance to really pull the trigger, and are all backed up by so much research, guys. We spent so many hours in researching all of these coins. Come and join us. I can tell you, you will not regret it. But now, let's have a look at the situation. So, this is what I think is going to be happening now, guys. So, of course, you know, the rate cuts came 25 basis points. Jerome Powell, during this meeting, said that we're going to go and probably cut interest rates as well in, when was that? In October and November. And in general, that should basically signify that we should be able to go higher. Those are the targets that I'm thinking right now, and I'm going to also give you the date, as you can see from my title as well from the video. So if you're going to continue, I guess, you know, depending on what's going to be happening from here, but I'm going to show you more in a second, more like a shorter term. But if you're going to continue to go higher, you can see that we are in a beautiful now ascending channel. And if I'm going to go and connect all the dots with my level of 1.618 Fibonacci, which is sitting here, okay, and I connect the dot with the diagonal resistance from here, it brings me that by roughly the 10th of November 2025, Bitcoin should be finding a top. So if that is true, and always, guys, this is pure education, it's not financial advice, don't go and trade to what I'm saying right now. Always do your own research. But if this is true, then what is going to be happening is going to potentially, BTC could be finding a top down to here, and then I'm going to also tell you what's going to be happening with altcoins and altcoin season. So the expectation will be it's going to go up to here and then probably have a drop, potentially the end of the bull market. But guys, if you're going to go to 142,000, we're going to have a bear market. Where is it going to go? 50K, 45K, potentially. And then after that, it's probably going to go high. So In the meanwhile, if you're going to see, for example, BTC pulling like a top at 142, for example, and then we're going to see a big drop down to here, and then like a complacency rebound, then I think it's going to be the time when altcoins should be going ballistic. So I'm basically monitoring all the situation. And to see that, okay, I want to see the Bitcoin dominance going higher. That was going to be very important. Now, more like I would say intraday, okay, intraday. Let's say intra-swing in the next maybe few weeks or so. This is my scenario right now. Okay, now, I'm going to show you what I'm thinking from here. So you can see that we're able to go and have a drop around $107,000. We had a beautiful rebound, and right now, guys, nobody can deny this chart here looks bullish in this area. You can see we are in an ascending channel. We are not losing any important levels, but at the moment, there is a very strong area of resistance. We can even see from, if I'm going to open a terminal, like other terminals, you can see that from here, you can see the asks, basically people that they wanna sell, and then from here you see the buys. So those are going to be two very important levels that they're going to dictate whether we're going to go next. So looking at the situation, right? If BTC is going to be able to go and absorb all these sellers and close above, let's say, 120,000, then the scenario of an ABC correction, like I'm coming here, is going to be severely invalidated, which means that if you close above, let's say, 120 to 121, it's going to be quite likely we're probably going to go and continue higher, potentially going and touching this upper channel around, let's say, 135 to 140. Okay? And then probably, in my opinion, is going to be a warning sign for me because we're going to be very extended and then we're going to be in trouble. However, if we're going to go to this area, okay, and then we're going to go and basically get rejected very strongly, we're going to go down and then catch this area down to here, around 113 to 112,000, and we break the level. I don't know, again, what is going to be the catalyst, but I'm just trying to warn you what could be happening. Then we could be seeing sort of like a ABC, or ABCD, I want to call it, down to low 100,000, and then we're going to see the final move to the upside. But again, guys, time it's running out in a sense of BTC within the cycle tops, within the crypto cycle. If you're going to respect the cycle, guys, we don't have much time left, and maybe market makers are trying to push the price as high as they can to basically get out and then cause a massive dump. So is 142,000 going to be the top? To be honest, what you can measure right here is usually the Fibonacci extension, and we have a higher target, guys, of 220,000. Is it going to go up to here? It could. Am I going to sell around here? No, that's what I'm going to sell. You can tell me whatever you want, it's going to go to the moon and, BlackRock is going to buy all the Bitcoins and all of that. I don't really care, because then what I'm expecting is that if it's going to have a parabolic move, then whatever goes up then comes down, guys. I don't think that's, this is going to happen. I think more likely around maybe 142, 150, but at the moment I'm not seeing anything crazy. And what is going to be also very important, guys, to determine whether we're going to go and continue higher is going to be to break this important level on the RSI. You can see right now we are basically hitting this resistance 1, 2, and 3. And if Bitcoin is going to be able to go and close above here, okay, which basically corresponds to closing above, let's say, 120,000, then I could be seeing probably more continuation down up to maybe 130, 135, let's say, and then it's going to drop after. So very important to take all this level. So what am I going to do right now, guys? As always, I'm around 60% invested and 40% in cash. I'm not going to change it. If we don't go down to low hundreds, I'm not going to change this. I'm going to keep this as my dry powder. I bought Bitcoin, guys, 17,000-ish. So I don't really need to, go all in again because I already made my money. But at the same time, I like to play safe. I feel this is very balanced. And if you see any fuckery coming, like the one I show you right now, then I'm going to be productive. Okay? Now, next one I want to discuss, guys, Ethereum. Ethereum, again, looking very good. So, similar scenario, okay, to BTC. So, we've been pumping non-stop. Ethereum just really wants that, how do I say, new all-time high, okay? But at the moment, we're basically getting into what we call a compression stage. You can see that we are basically, there is one point here, there is one here. So if it's going to be able to break, let's say above 4,780, 4,800, then the most likely area we could be seeing Ethereum pumping is probably going to be around here. We could be seeing Ethereum going to even to 5,500. I'm also very curious to see if I'm going to drop a Fibonacci extension, which is giving me 5,500, which is quite crazy, and even connecting the dots, from this point from here. So if it's going to continue, it's going to have a breakout. Then by the 25th of September, we could be seeing Ethereum going to 5,500. But again, breaking this level, what is going to be happening? We're probably going to go down. And as I told you before, more from like a macro point of view, Ethereum hasn't retested this area. Still hasn't retested the previous breakout. So we had a retest here on the horizontal here, but we haven't seen a proper retest from this area. So if Bitcoin is going to go, let's say, and puke and take us back to, I don't know, maybe 105, 106, whatever it's going to be, guys, I'm not really keen right now to even to think about that. So the scenario for Ethereum probably could be something like that, pom, and then one down to here. Am I expecting Ethereum to go down back to 3,000, 3,200, 2,800? Not really. But I would say that there is a case that Ethereum could be going down to here, in between maybe 3,800, 4,000. Recharge the batteries, make everybody bearish, and then it's going to start a new impulse to the upside. Again, macro-wise, guys, nobody can deny Ethereum is super bullish. Nobody can say it's not. But at the same time, I'm urging caution right now. And listen, if you're going to go and you basically have an allocation like mine, 60 and 40%, we're going to go to a blow-off top with Ethereum up to $7,000, $8,000, guys. I mean, you're going to be making money regardless, okay? It's always better to say, remember, it's always better to say, oh, I wish I had put more money, than to say, oh shit, I lost 50% of my capital. Okay, that's my rule number one, guys, and it really helped me throughout the last 11 years that I traded to do so. Next one, guys, Solana. Solana, very interesting. 245.75. Solana looks like it's unstoppable. So again, very similar to what we said before. Looks like, that's we are still into this what we call the basically we broke this important weekly trend, okay, and at the moment it's trying to retest this area. So if Solana right now is going to go and basically close, let's say above 260-ish, okay, then I think I will have no other, I would say, comments that we could be seeing Solana to go to a new all-time high. And of course, if I had to calculate from this point here, how high Solana could go to, right? Usually what I do, I like to utilize my Fibonacci extension, and it gives me the first target, guys, around $425. And if you look at the symmetry from here, actually, from like, I would say more like a macro point of view, Solana has a potential, if they want to go by probably December, January to this point from here. Okay, we can even see the Fibonacci extension coming from this area from here. We can see also, how high that could be from this area. It gives me exactly the same target there. So I think we have a chance that Solana could be going up to this area. So I guess we had to, wait and see if it's going to follow this pattern. So are we going to see again, similar to BTC, similar to Ethereum, a little bit of a factory first, and then it's going to push up. But again, guys, nobody can deny that this is looking great. Now, next one I want to discuss as well, it's the total free market cap. Let's have a look at total free. Okay, so on the verge of a breakout. So everything is looking now that is screaming that they want to go higher. Like, really, it's incredible how everything just wants to, to break to the upside. I mean, this looks like an amazing chart, as I showed you so many times. I can see on the internet, right, people saying that this time altcoins, they're not going to perform as well as 2021, because bro, the dilution of the altcoins and all of that. Here we were in 2023. We went from basically 300 billion to like 1.1, and now we have a potential to go and double that. And people are telling me that altcoins are not gonna pump. I mean, to me, and again, it's a personal opinion. It's not financial advice or anything, but to me, I think that altcoins are gonna go and melt faces, really. And I would say, if not all of them, many of them. I'm not thinking about a crazy 20x, 30x, whatever it's going to be, but at the same time, I'm also thinking that lots of them, they should be able to perform well. For example, look at Polkadot, for example. Polkadot is looking like shit right now, okay? If you tell me this looks bullish, I mean, I think you gotta change your glasses, like buy glasses like mine. I can tell you that you can see very well, because this is not bullish, like at all. And people are, but then why do you say that Polkadot has a chance to go and recover? Because if you actually have a look at, for example, what happened to Ethereum, to Solana, with Ethereum, guys, it took like, I don't know, a few months to go from like 1,300 to 4,500, right? So they injected like $300 or $400 billion like it was nothing. So coins like DOT, right, that basically they had a peak in 2021. Although I'm not thinking that they're gonna go back to, I don't know, like all-time high $55. I'm not expecting that, but it's possible. What I probably could be thinking is that they're going to go and potentially have a retest. Okay, so something like a powerful move like that, okay, and then probably collapse again. But that in general is quite common. If you see so many tech stocks as well, and throughout the years, I saw so many tech stocks that whenever you have a breakdown and then you have an impulse to the upside, in general, what happens then, they tend to get back into their FIBA golden pocket area and then to go and back down again. So there's a chance for Polkadot to go back to maybe $35 to $40. In my opinion, yeah. And you can also see, for example, looking at more, I would say, longer term, is that if I have a look at like a logarithmic chart, you can see that the log chart is showing you that Polkadot could be getting into a compression phase starting from roughly $7. So if $7 is going to break from here, okay, which in my opinion is quite likely, then the next target I could be seen, again, utilizing my FIB extension, right? Next target to be, I would say, conservative, right? It's probably going to be around 15. And then, guys, the golden pocket is sitting here. So if I had to measure my targets, I would say, again, depending on where we're going to be in the cycle. And like I always tell you guys, all of this, right, everything I covered in my VIP. We basically have sections where we talk about all of this. Like you really have, look at that, altcoins, long-term, with all the exit entry point, spot trading section as well. Like everything, guys, so many coins. We do altcoins on request, anything you can think of, really. It's so complete, the VIP. So basically, by looking at this, I would say those are the three targets I could be thinking with Polkadot. And then I'm going to put them together with other, like, for example, Total Free, with Bitcoin dominance, and then I'm going to decide where is going to be the right point to sell. So I would say this scenario very likely, this one I would say reasonable, this one unlikely, but I would say that this one in the middle, $13 to $15, sorry, $16 to like $18 is definitely reasonable. And now we are at 4.3, so it could be a nice 4x from here. But I guess of course we have to wait and see. Now let's have a look as well as Bitcoin dominance, guys. Bitcoin dominance basically going down like there is no tomorrow, which again I don't like that. I don't like. Okay, the reason why I don't like it is because, and again, you can call me crazy, but the problem is that with Bitcoin dominance is that if you're going to continue to go down, and we're going to see continuously that altcoins are going to perform BTC, basically it gives you like a end of the cycle vibes, in a sense of altcoins are going to go and pump more money now is into Solana, into big caps, so they're going to go into small caps. This can go down a little bit more, and then what is going to be the next movement? The next one you will have to be, in general, when you see it's mining to BTC, then it goes into big caps altcoins like Ethereum or Solana. Then you see the small cap of the shit coins, and then money flows back into Bitcoin, but because there is a correction. That's why I'm like a little bit concerned about that. That we're gonna see like a snapback of the Bitcoin dominance coming to here, and then the final move. Okay, and that should be massive when this happens. Probably to go down to here. Okay, so other couple of things today to take into consideration. That's again, it's only like a line of thought. It's nothing to say, that's I got the absolute truth. But I'll always like to think a little bit outside the box, guys. I'm not the type of person like if you want to follow the the moon boys that they tell you we're gonna go to 200K and the glorious all season. I don't think this is the channel for you guys. It's probably too technical. So here we go. This one, guys, is the US 10-year Treasury yield. So that's not fantastic, I will say. Simply because, we went and, as I told you yesterday, what I would have liked to see if in case of a Fed rate cut, I would have liked to see this one to go and basically break down. But at the same time, what happened is we had a rebound from around here. So we need still to understand if this one is just a rebound, like we call like a dead cat bounce, where basically we're gonna go, up to here. We're gonna go and retest this resistance here, so you can see there is a resistance in this area, and then we're gonna go and puke down to here, guys. That's gonna be a very strong signal of continuation of rate cuts plus altcoins to perform as well very well. So take this one into consideration. Okay, and also the other one which I'm also thinking about it as well, it's the DXY, guys. The XY is into a critical zone. Critical zone, there is a multiple, I would say, bullish divergence. Is basically touching a very important channel from here that if it breaks down, it could be causing like a cascade, very similar to what happened to the US 10Y. And you can see that from here, guys. We are basically holding up, I would say, not very well. But we had a strong reaction from here. You can see that we basically went from 96 to 97. So if this is going to, I would say, shoot higher, probably go and break up to here, then it could be, I would say, reasonable for us to see a little bit of a correction. But it's always like it's a correction within a bull market, guys. It's not a correction of like a crash where everybody's going to go and run away. But I like to keep you informed and to show you the reality of facts. So if this is going to happen, guys, we're very oversold and it's going to shoot up again up to here, up to maybe 100 to 103, then there is a chance that risk assets could be being affected a little bit. And then, of course, you could see like a shallow correction. Just very important to say. And the next one, guys, the next one to discuss, as always, stock market, S&P 500. I mean, that's totally insane what I see right now. So we cut yesterday 25 basis points. Let me just go on the 1 hour chart to show you what basically happened. So we had a drop, okay, and then boom, just bought back in again. So now we need to understand, is this one a break of structure from the 1 hour point of view within this channel? So is it going to be now that we broke this structure and we're going to go and continue down like that to then go maybe to, I don't know, 6,400, 6,200, whatever in this angle, and then shoot up again? Or it is going to continue? Because if this is going to continue, guys, you think that is good, but that's not good. We're going to enter into what we call like a mania phase. And basically, when we're going to go into this mania phase, it's going to be something like that. And then suddenly they're going to push and push and push until they pull the plug. So to me, of course, if market allows, but it would be better, okay, if we're going to see a little bit of a drop first to then continue higher. So basically, market makers can go and buy cheaper, and then they can push the price for like this parabolic melt-up. And guys, just to finish today, right, remember that rate cuts are usually done if you have an emergency or if the economy is crumbling. So lots of people say, oh, but the rate cuts are bearish. Rate cuts, they don't need to be necessarily bearish. They are basically designed to adjust the economy based on what's happening, right? So the last rate cut, guys, it wasn't bearish. It wasn't bearish because they're basically saying, okay, the economy is weakening a little bit, inflation is under control, we can put the rates down. And that's usually, it's a good sign for risk assets to go and continue. People compare 2007, 2008, but at that time, the banks were under stress. So if you were in a situation right now that banks are under stress, the economy is rolling over, then I would say, okay, you have to be careful. But in this case from here, guys, that the economy is, I would say, to me, it's shit, but according to data, is still holding quite well. Having rate cuts right now can only put fuel to the fire to continue to basically being in a risk-on environment. So right now there is basically nothing to worry from a macro point of view. And again, if the market is going to continue to go up from here, we're going to go to 150,000 Bitcoin to, I don't know, altcoins are going to do a 4 or 5x, guys. I'm so happy. I'm going to make an insane amount of money. But that's what I'm saying. Be careful of the situation and assess always, your risk to reward. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope, it was helpful. Otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow for another update. Take care and see you soon.